Justin, firstly, good morning to you. And I must say, you definitely have a need for speed. Last time you and I spoke, you were busy drag racing, and now you are in Kyalami. So tell us a bit about the action that has already taken place this morning, and what else can we expect for the rest of the day?
Good morning, Nicole, from a rather balmy, sunny Kyalami Grand Prix circuit. Slightly windy. I have my sunscreen applied. Yesterday I made the mistake of arriving here without any sunscreen. I paid the price. So today we are going to do better. Fueled up, refreshments loaded. So excited for what is planned today. But what has transpired so far is the VW Super Cup, VW Polo Cup, as well as the VW Challenge guys that had their second race of the day. An exciting big field, 31 drivers taking their turns around the 4.5-kilometer Kyalami Grand Prix circuit, 16 turns. They're not as fast as the Intercontinental GT cars, who in actual fact are going around this track in roughly about 1 minute 43 seconds, 1 minute 42 seconds. So, pretty quick around here. Following that, we had some action in terms of the classic cars. The guys, having their cars over the years, deciding, let's go have a bit of fun around the track. So that's what we've seen so far, but absolutely promises to be an exciting time. The race is just starting a bit later on today.
Justin, I must say, it definitely sounds exciting just listening to you right now. Now, of course, there are no spectators, which is quite unfortunate, but I'm sure the drivers and their teams are very excited, aren't they?
Absolutely, and part of what the introduction initially was from me to you was that I have a front row seat. But the problem with that is any row that I choose here on the grandstand is a front row seat. Unfortunately, based on the fact that we do not have any spectators at this race, very disappointing for them, for the drivers as well, because as much as they are competing against each other on the track, there is that certain element of entertainment that comes with racing, and they would have liked for fans to be in the stadium, or at least at the track, especially the South African contingent. How fantastic they are, all international riders in Europe, in America, and to be able to come home and not have their family and friends see them live in action must be very difficult. But it's something that these teams have had to prepare for during the course of this year. They've continued to complete their series, this being the finale for the GTC Challenge. So they've prepared themselves mentally to know that there will be no fans. But nonetheless, they are excited. They know they are going to be up against each other. It's a very tightly contested competition. But surely, as mentioned before, copious amount of times, excitement is really here. Just behind me, the cars are starting to purr up. The crew members had arrived roughly about an hour and a half ago, starting to open the garages, just make sure that all the equipment is intact, ready to go. They've been here since Wednesday, Thursday already, so hopefully that there'll be no issues with that concern. But excitement is, for me, the buzzword this weekend.
That's definitely good to hear, Justin. And I must say, the limitations that came when we had higher levels of lockdown with COVID-19, there was zero sport at all. So, of course, as you said, it is quite disappointing that there are no spectators, but the excitement is definitely there. Just me watching from here, I'm super, super excited. Now, this morning when you were on Tony Ndoro's show, I saw a car there, which also added to me being jealous that you guys are in Kyalami. Talk to us a bit about the cars. What else can we see?
So this morning what you saw, Nicole, was the safety car, the Porsche safety car. So you've got a medical car, you've got a safety car, and you've also got a pace car. So all these cars play a pivotal role as a supporting role to the main attraction, as you should say. So you've got the likes of the manufacturers in terms of BMW, Porsche, Audi, Honda. They are all present here, hoping to come out on top. We found that Honda Racing's Mark Farnbacher, he was the one that qualified in pole position, followed by Jordan Pepper from the Bentley Continental team, and then Sheldon van der Linde from BMW. As we just have one of these vehicles, actually little fancy vehicles just passing us, but those are the types of vehicles, absolutely. Those are the types of vehicles that we can look forward to, and really, they are at the top of their game. These fine drivers, they know what they can expect coming into this race, and surely we are roughly an hour away from action. 9 hours of racing, Nicole, 3 drivers. They get to change at certain times during the race, but endurance is the name of the game, and making sure that maintenance within that vehicle is in top form.
Okay, so it's almost an hour to go, and you heard me say that sounds good. Those engines really do sound amazing. I don't have a Porsche, Justin. I have my little Mazda, but I try as much as I can to get my engine going. So you mentioned the sun earlier. Don't worry, you're not going to be here for long. We will send you back to Cape Town. I know you are missing the sea, but tons of excitement out there in Kyalami, and we definitely will be crossing to you again later. Justin, you said what time are you starting there?
11 a.m. sharp, we will have the race start. At 10:30, we'll have the track start opening up. In terms of the drivers, basically the pit lane being open for drivers to just kind of take their cars through, line up, then take off on a formation lap, and they'll in actual fact have a rolling start, and which tends to be quite a bit exciting because they are in full flow already. It's not that stop-start little session, but rolling start expected for the vehicles, and you know, I'm super excited to be able to witness it as we find ourselves actually on the start line.
Film it, film it. We want to see it. Take tons of videos and tons of pictures. We'll chat to you again later. Justin Ford, thanks for chatting to us a bit ahead of the race there in Kyalami, which starts at 11 a.m.